Um, I wouldn't say that.
Tell me why this works for you with a different brick and mortar. I mean, especially now people are doing a lot of things from home, but this for you, it looks like a spa.
Vacation in these places. You can't find, top quality within these places. And really to understand when people want to go, see, here's the thing, is cannabinoids and CBD, this is a movement. This is a movement that's taking place now that's really going to be, like, if you ask me, the medicinal future. So it's like you have to have a warm and open atmosphere to be able to sit down, put down those walls. I mean, I've had customers come in where I'll start to, they'll come in, they're like, yes, I know everything about CBD, or this is all I need, it's just for sleep, blah, 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 blah. But then we start going over the actual body. We start going over the endocannabinoid system. We start going into, different effects that different cannabinoids can have. And the next thing I know, that customer ends up then telling me 5 other ailments that they had. It's like, oh, so that's really why you came in, So being able to sit down, take the time, personalize, and really talk with the customer is very important because, I've had people walk in here where they're at their ends rope. They're at their ends rope. They don't know if they have hope anymore. They're sick of being in pain. They're sick of being, sold snake oil. They're tired of this hunt to find, their solution. So it's, we have to have a very open and clean atmosphere so everyone can feel comfortable to come in and put those walls down and to be open with what they're going through, because pain is something that can really drive us. Disruptions that take place in the body really affect the mind, and they affect the emotional mind as well, very, very much so, if anything. So if it's not warm and open, how can we really help someone, or how can we ask for someone to tell us what they need?
And right now, in the space that we're in where people aren't able to come in and social distancing, what are some offerings that your CBD store is doing for your customers?
Well, we would love to spend as much time with you as possible over the phone consultations. We also have direct delivery, curbside pickup. But really that's the main thing is, if they can call, we can spend as much time with them, go over everything that we need to find out and take the time, over the phone to do consultations, because it is important.
And we also want to talk about your QR codes. So when people are buying CBD, not all CBD products are created equal. Can you go over
Correct.
some of the, your QR code, what does that mean? Why is it important for people?
Okay, so from every product that we have, going from our topical that Freddie uses, down to the oils itself, they all have QR codes. And they're very important because you want to know exactly what you're taking. A lot of companies we've discovered have, they'll maybe take like a lab report, once and then showcase it for the following 3 years. And you want to make sure that whatever report and whatever labs you're looking at, they come from exactly your bottle, from exactly what you're taking. We as humans, of course, want to know what we're consuming. So with a QR code, it's great and it's easy because you can just take a picture of it with your phone. It takes you straight to the website, straight to that lab report, and you can see exactly what's in your bottle, your bag, your cream, whatever it is that you purchased. And you can see everything else that's also in that lot. So it's individualized. And you want to make sure
based on product, right? So you can look at the QR code. It's a third-party lab report, which is important.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because it's an extra testing that goes out from underneath our nose, or our eyes.
Extraction.
Yes. So, yes.
And what about products for children, products for pets?
Okay, so we actually have a large line of products for our animals. I'll bring them up closer so you can see them a little bit better. If you guys see right here, they all have kind of like different textures. And the reason why we do that is because our animals' bodies are actually much more dependent on cannabinoids than we are. So here we have like a tougher cookie. These would be bigger for like, let's say, bigger dogs. Some that aren't so picky with their food. But over here, those that are like really picky, which we do find a lot of, physical ailments going on with like littler animals. These are our little beef bits. These are easy to kind of tear in two. They're 2 milligrams each. So it's a really easy way to give it to, an older dog, maybe has fragile teeth, things like that. Now this one's kind of a little fun one for all of our stubborn animals. These are called our lamb bits. Now with the lamb bits, They're 3 milligrams each. However, these are really great to be able to disguise into our animals' food. Because some dogs, they like to pick up their treats, throw them, play with them, what have you. So let's say it's something you want to make sure that they do take, that you can disguise into their food. The lamb is a great one because you can take it and it crumbles really easily. So you can disguise well within their food. And then we also have the oil tincture specifically for animals as well. It's 250 milligrams, broad spectrum, which can be placed right underneath the canine tooth, or it can be dropped onto their food if they, really refuse the scent of any other type of treats and things like that.
Now, when people come see you, do they bring their dogs with them, their cats?
No, I wish someone would bring their cat. Kidding, but no, actually, most of the time they just kind of come in. Most of the time it's been either because of stress-related situations. So I guess the animals probably be a little bit too stressful for coming out, and that's actually an important part, or an important point I want to point out, is that when it comes to stress disorders within our animals. One thing that I know is very common for people to put them onto like a Xanax or something like that. We have to remember that animals are primal beings. They've lived for centuries based off of instincts. So you have to imagine, let's say if, actually the main thing that really takes place with a lot of our animals is separation anxiety. Separation anxiety can come out into, being really aggressive out in the streets, crying, things like this, and animals can get really, really intense. Well, within that, what happens is, let's say you give the dog a Xanax and you put him to the crate and you're about to leave. The neurological body of a dog does not understand the sensations of pharmaceuticals like we do. So for example, let's say if you give the dog a Xanax before you leave because it's high anxiety and you put him in the crate, what's going to start happening is that as the chemical starts to activate, you're getting that warm feeling inside. An animal doesn't understand that. An animal digs, he buries, he burrows. So therefore, due to like environment changes. So if a dog's having a lot of anxiety and all of a sudden it's starting to feel a weird warm feeling inside because he doesn't have the consciousness to register that he just took a Xanax or something to help, that the next thing you know, his neurological body's going to try and start calming down because the pharmaceutical, but the animal's primal instincts are going to start raising and kind of like freaking out, because it's an instinctual move, They can't dig or bury from something that's happening within them. So when you give them a cannabinoid treat instead, what happens is their body registers it. It has those receptors and knows what to do with those chemicals. So as it separates those molecules, the body can actually start to relax without giving it the harsh whiplash effect of, bringing damage to the nervous system, because that's really what happens whenever we try to manage our own neurological reactions to things by consuming something. So it's a much of a safer route to take.
It's interesting because right now, if you live alone, seniors have pets, it's so many people that your pets are your companions, especially now that we're all indoors and we're being quarantined. Pets are going to feel what's going on, so it's important to be cognizant of their feelings and their emotions. They're going to pick up on ours, and they're going to pick up on the environment as well.
Oh, for sure. And again, I'm so happy you said that too, because again, that's a lot of anxiety, that's a lot of energy, and what a way to make it worse, but to be like, here's something, they take it, they don't know the difference between a stick and a pill, but we do. So that's why when that can take effect on us, we are aware of why we're getting that warm, natural feeling. Animals don't know that. So, it really just kind of messes them all up in many different ways.
It messes them up. Okay, and you guys deliver, correct?
We do. We have free delivery, free shipping, and curbside pickup as well. Like just yesterday, even it was maybe 10 minutes before the store closed, I still shot over to Boca and did a delivery for 2 vapes. So whatever it may be, we are here for you.
And let's give out your phone number. Your Boca Boynton.
Yeah. Our Boynton store is 561-419-7101. And our Boca branch is 561-430-3936.
And we see you have a hand growing over your left shoulder.
I see an arm and a
I
pink
see an
shirt.
arm and a shirt.
Yeah, it's Jerry.
Hi guys, how are you?
Yeah, Jerry, just jump in there. You don't have to sneak in there, I'm going to tell you,
just a
Jerry, I
couple
was
things.
telling people early in the show, after I turned the mics on, how I had cramps in my hands because I've been doing video editing all weekend. And I put the cream on my hands and I timed it 3 minutes to the nose, and I could move my hands again. It was remarkable.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm telling
You
you, I
can
need to
imagine
know.
how golfers, you can imagine how the golfers feel that couldn't hold a golf club for quite a while. Now they can swing a club again.
Imagine you're driving from one
Just a
hole to the
couple
next.
things, right? Couple things I wanted to touch on. We're one of the very few companies that are soil to oil, which means our fields are in Colorado
Montana.
and Montana, and our bottling plant and manufacturing plant is in Tampa. So there is no third party. No one else can tamper. I like to use the word tamper with our product line. The only time it leaves our hands is for third party testing. It's ironic that in a year and 8 months or so, we've went from our first store in Sarasota to over 650 stores, and now we're exploring other countries also. And I heard you ask earlier about, do people bring their pets in? We don't discourage that. We have a sign right on our door that pets are always welcome in our facilities because they're like us, and in most cases they're just like your children. It'd be like no kids allowed, leave them in the car. But
Yeah,
no,
let's
the
not do
pets
that.
are more than. And we do no touch delivery. We do curbside service. We do all free. We do free mail out. I know just this morning we mailed some stuff to Alabama. And yesterday we mailed out to New Jersey. So I don't, whatever it takes is what we are willing to do. Be
Fantastic. I
careful
love
where
seeing that
you
you were
buy your
there.
product.
Love that
Say
you're
it
there
again.
serving everyone in the community.
You have to be. It's not even an option really. You know, especially living in Florida, because people in Florida want the help. They're just afraid to ask for it. And they're afraid they might ask a stupid question. They're afraid they might walk into somewhere where they're not going to feel comfortable. You have to feel comfortable coming in, so we make it very comfortable for everybody. What makes our product line different is number one, the code that you can get on the bottle to tell you exactly what that product has gone through and how it ended up in that bottle. Another one is our extraction. Our extraction is different than most. We use a
Supercritical CO2 process.
very good, and most companies use
Ethanol.
an ethanol extraction. Ethanol extraction is a lot cheaper, and
That's
most
where
companies.
you're getting that color. That's where whenever you see like a CBD oil that has like a color within it, sorry.
That's okay.
That's a really important part is to make sure that any CBD oil that you do take does not have a color to it because these machines are insanely expensive. Like we're talking very, very expensive. So how companies are getting away with this is they're cutting their edges and buying faulty machines. So a lot of times you'll see like either dark, like real olive oil, green, yellow, amber, brown, green with specks. What that all is either ethanol being pulled through or the plant matter. And you have to think about it. Even if someone says, oh, but it's organic. Okay, cool. Well, if it's being created in a laboratory, there's still no excuses of why, whether it's organic or not, that something's not coming out of pure essence, So you want to
Exactly.
make sure that for your own safety that you're not taking CBD that has any format of color in it.
And personally, I wouldn't order anything online. I'd like to know that where I'm getting my product from. If I needed to talk to somebody, number one, I can call there and talk to somebody, not a machine. And number two, if I wanted to go visit where it's coming from, at least I can go visit the store where it's coming from. That and the fact that when you're extracted the way we're extracted, it allows you the purest CBD that you're going to get. Most companies, what they do is they take the hemp plant and they strip the CBD out of it and they dispose of or use the rest of the plant in whatever other ways possible. Well, that's great. That's called an isolate. And that's what they make like the gummies out of, which is just straight CBD. Like Chelsea told you, there's CBNs,
CBG, CBC, and they're all very powerful elements that are in the body. CBD is still, yes, it is very, very powerful. But as far as when we're looking at all of the other cannabinoids, you really want all of those into your body. You really want to get all of these receptors open, operating, renourished, and in communication. Because once you do that, disruption really cannot take place in the body. When I say disruption, I say that because, whether it be like a format of infection, whether it be stress, we can go into anxiety attack. the lungs start to contract, the heart begins to race. Those are all disruptional signals that are taking place in the body. Cannabinoids, just like Jerry was saying, when you take the spectrum, your CBN, your CBG, all these, it kind of creates like its own little like EMT in your body that can go and tend to those disruption signals before you know that you're really going through something.
And they put your whole system into a homeostasis effect,
Complete balance.
Complete balance.
At least it's balanced.
Where most companies, you're not getting that. You're just getting the CBD. So that's why, you can buy it at the gas station. That's what you're getting. We are very, very, very compliant. Since we are the largest brick and mortar CBD company in the world, we were a target at first, since the FDA wanted to put some rules and regulations into effect. Their attitude was, well, let's pick the biggest store and let's make an example out of them.
And we're happy they
did. And we weren't nervous about it when they did. But they came in, all of our stores already they've been in, and told us we had to get a different type of trash can with a lid on it and put self-closing hinges on the bathroom door. That was the only thing that they said to us. That's the only thing we were doing. That wasn't up to code.
One of the inspectors even said that he was so surprised. He goes, I couldn't believe I walked in, and he goes, you guys even have your correct labels and everything. We're like, we know.
That sounds fantastic, guys. Hey, if an inspector only comes in and tells you need a self-closing hinge on the bathroom and a garbage can, I think you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah. He told my wife, he says, I'm going to tell you something right now. I've been in a lot of CBD stores. And he says, this by far sets a precedence and sets your store so much different than the other stores. And to me, that was a huge compliment. Which tells me now that the FDA is going to put a rush to this process, they've used us to maybe as the guinea pig, but I really believe what I've been told is that now we are going to be their
Friends.
Their catapult. In other words, their model, that this is what a CBD store should not only be, but look like, feel like, smell like, treat your customers like. And that's huge for us. That's
fantastic.
I'm
Thank you
all
so
about
much for
working.
joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate you all.
Check out your CBD store, Boca, Boynton, Singer Island, Pembroke Pine, and they will do phone calls, delivery, no touch delivery, mail, you name it, they will do it. You can find them at your-cbd-store.com. Boca and Boynton as well. Just look it up. And if you need any more information, give us a call, 866-224-5422. That was Chelsea, one of our former interns, actually, who is now working with your CBD store.
I remember. Listen, and you can call, you can have a conversation with you or your pets. We understand the stress level has passed the level of high.
I think that's why you're sitting here looking at me stressing.
Are
you enjoying this?
But do you know the difference between me and you?
You're using CBD.
I'm using CBD. I drink it. I put it on my hands, my feet. I can bathe in it, and I'm not stressing.
And you're looking at me smiling, and I'm thinking, what are you smiling about? And there you have it.
I'm feeling pretty good.
All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, join us for our 1 o'clock hour. Let's see what's going on in the stock market with Phil Davis of Phil's Stock World. Stay tuned as we thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser
Using a
Therapy,
simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams and oil drops, to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah, see? Good things happen to those that wait.
Is that true? How do you come up with this stuff? It just like rolls off the tip of your tongue?
That's because I'm on CBD, baby.
Happy Monday to you.
You're on ABC. I'm
I
on
am
CBD.
not on CBD. I seriously need to be on some because
No, you're on ABC. A follows B that turns to C.
we're actually on AMC, the AMP Media Communications Network. And that is a new logo and a new platform that we are putting out there that our producers are working on at home.
Now, there's a few people that we have worked in the past with that are asking to come on and talk about their businesses. I tell them, come on down and let's do this.
Absolutely. I know. We're listening to the phones because we've got our producer on one line. She's running everything from home. She's using our remote platform, so things are a little... We're figuring it out as we go along. It's a whole
Little
new way of
choppy,
doing
little
business.
choppy, but we are trying to make it work.
So how are you feeling? You're feeling good.
I feel great.
That was a great seminar we had with Chelsea and Jerry from your CBD store.
I know. And you know what I like about what he says, he stands by his product. Hold on while I adjust my mic. He stands by his product, and he believes in it because it does work. And I'm going to tell you something. I thought he was crazy.
Well, I'm looking at you, and
The
I'm
first
looking at
time?
me, and I'm thinking you're in a whole lot better place than I am right
You
now.
got to use CBD.
I know.
You have to put some of that. Did you use the cream?
Yes, I use the cream. I love the smell. They also have this flower that smells like other things that I don't know what to do with it. Sorry.
You're funny.
But this is CBG. This is raw hemp. And you can put it on your salad. You can cook with it. You can do a variety of things with it if you know what to do with the flower, which I must have missed that since I was not a member in a sorority.
Well, I don't know why he would send you CB flour because you don't even
But
cook.
we've got some producers that are working with it. I can sprinkle it on my salad, though.
Yeah, right. You're going to do that?
I can sprinkle it on my salad. One of our producers is making butter and something else. Maybe we'll have to
How
have
do
them
you
drop
make
it off.
How do you make butter using that?
I don't know,
I
but
have no
apparently
idea.
there's a whole way to do it. Is all I can tell
I
you.
have no idea what you're talking about. But anyway,
We've got Phil, who's going to be joining us as soon as he gets hooked into the code. See what's going on with the market. What are you seeing over there on this Market Monday? I see green. It looks like it's going up.
462 on the clicker right now. 462 up.
And there you have it. You know, did you watch everything over the weekend? Did you see what was happening? And
I got to tell you something. I was between two rooms. I was working in the bedroom on my bed with the fingers and the video and all that. And I turned my big screen TV on. And I was watching movies because Showtime has decided for the month of April, you're going to have free Showtime channels, like 10 or 12 of them.
nice.
And I don't have Showtime.
Not so nice.
I have HBO.
Okay.
So I got to watch Showtime.
Oh, okay. So they gave it to you for free on your
Yes.
bill. Okay.
So now I have dual amounts of
What did you watch?
shows. I watched some of the saddest stuff. I watched love stories. I watched drama. I watched, you name it. It was nonstop. The problem I find out that when you watch movies from sunup to sundown is that you say, where the hell did the rest of the day go?
I know.
Because the movies on an average are 2 hours, right? An hour and 50. So at 9 o'clock, you're done close to 12. Lunchtime.
Exactly.
Then you finish lunch and you watch another, it's 3 o'clock.
Snack time.
Snack time. Then for 3 o'clock, you watch another.
Dinner
And
time.
it's 6 o'clock. Dinner time. So you're between watching movie and
eating.
With a minute in between that unload so you can reboost.
Yeah. Forget bathing suit season coming up. They're all going to roll us out of there is all I can tell you.
So I must have gained 20 pounds this weekend because I
Snack
could
time.
feel it, man.
And then I saw a post that said 8 a.m., 8 p.m. is the official time you change from your morning pajamas until your nighttime pajamas. And I was looking at that as I was getting out of the shower at 7:45 at night, changing into my nighttime pajamas. My daughter says, Mom, you're going to eat dinner in your pajamas? Yeah, you got a problem with that? But it's exactly
You
what
walked
happened.
around all weekend in your pajamas?
No, I took a shower in the morning. I got dressed. I had my gym clothes. I worked out. I did some things. Took a shower, put on my pajamas at 7:30. Had dinner, everything in my PJs. I put some sweats on top of them because my pajamas aren't really meant for human observation around town, around my house. So,
I wore pajamas all weekend.
because I've got my daughter, she came over, my son came over, his girlfriend came over. They've all been in self-quarantine for over 2 weeks, whether in school or the school system. They've all been self-quarantining. So they come to my house and have some fun
Now, I have a secret to share with you.
on the air. Good. Us and 100,000 other homes.
I did not have clean underwear this weekend, so I had to do the wash. So I kept telling Linda, I got to do wash. I got to do wash. Okay, we'll get to it. In between 400 other things. It's amazing the stuff you have to do in your house and all the video and all that I was doing. Right? So I wore a pair of overgrown underwear.
Overgrown?
Yes, like 4 of me fit in them.
Oh, okay.
So they were too big.
At least I thought you were going to tell me overgrown because they were dirty.
So I had to put a belt.
On your underwear? You could have gone without any.
That didn't work either.
In your
So
house?
I grabbed them and I put them up around my
With
shoulders.
some suspenders?
Like, so Linda took a picture of this and I said, if you ever post this, forget about it. So, I mean, I was like with
You gotta do
underwear
laundry.
around underneath my arms, like Urkel.
I feel like I'm doing a lot more laundry, a lot more cleaning, a lot more stressing out, a lot more of a lot more.
You're doing a lot more laundry?
Yeah.
Bigger loads,
Towels,
smaller loads?
more smaller loads, constantly towels and sheets and towels and clothes and a lot of things. You too, you said every time Linda comes home, she's putting her clothes in the laundry.
Well, there's also laundry. The laundry is going to erupt one day because yesterday I put in a stack of laundry because I needed clothes and stuff. It's amazing. Now, everybody keeps sending me like things to do while they're home. How to keep occupied. And there are different levels of occupado. You have people that have animals and no children. That's a whole different show. And then you have people at home that have children. And then you got people at home that have wives. And then you got people at home who are alone with nobody. And it gets more bizarre as you go up that pecking order. Because people right now, they're trying to find something to do.
People are trying to find something to do. People are trying to keep their wits about them, and self-quarantine, I can't even get into it because it just gives me an anxiety attack.
Yeah, but then I hear that people
Maybe
are
I can just
outside.
smell this and see
People
how
are
I do.
outside walking around.
People are outside walking around. People are in parking lots, 6 feet apart with their cars having conversations.
High schoolers are meeting in parking lots, and they're having a conversation about what's going on because they can't be at home.
Oh, did you hear the Florida bar? I'm sorry, the New York bar. New York bar was canceled for the summer.
No kidding. I heard that everybody who's going to take the bar is now an attorney.
Well, if
You
they
didn't have to take the test.
No, I know they're trying to come up with some other things to do, but it's medical schools too. I know they're giving doctors that are finishing up their degree this year, if they can pass it, they're allowing them to go into where they need to go into the clinics a little bit earlier on rotations.
Now, isn't it funny? I always found the bar exam to be kind of strange because they ask you to write an answer about a topic, right? Write something, and they want to see if you're eloquent enough to do it. So this is a level, not so much about everything you've learned. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have like laws and things you have to learn. But when you take the bar, does it really establish the kind of attorney you're going to be?
I don't know. There's a lot of things, but they're definitely going to need attorneys. They're going to need more doctors. We need a lot of people that are coming out of the educational system, even if they're not able to graduate and walk across the stage. They will get their diplomas. And the testing situation, I guess maybe they'll do temporary and then maybe with oversight until everyone can actually sit and do the bars. I'm not really sure what they're going to do.
Now, didn't you say over the weekend that you were going to write a grant?
I actually wrote one.
Yeah, what happened? Tell me.
I sent it in.
And what happened?
How's that conversation going in your text?
Phil is on. But what happened? How did that whole...
I don't know. I sat down. I was like really glad that I sat down and started writing one, and 2 hours later, I got a little anxious. It was a weekend of anxiety, but I
You wrote
sent it in.
2 hours?
Yes. And I
You
was going to
wrote a
send
2
it to you.
And what you write?
I was going to send it to you, and then I realized you were going to tell me perfect, send it in, and I realized why I even sent it to you, because you were going to read it.
No, I want to tell you perfect send it in because the send in is the important part about that. But what you write about?
They wanted to know how business started, what were some of the challenges, some of the opportunities, what you would do if you got the grant money,
You should have sent that to me.
and you would what with it.
I would have given you the story written of all time.
I will send it to you, and we can send it in for, and I only sent in one. There's many that we can look into.
Many?
Sure. Do we have Phil Davis connected with us?
I don't know. Teddy is
Ted,
Phil
do we have Phil
Davis
there? And there he
Hi,
is.
I'm here.
Hi, Phil. How you doing?
Good, how's it going?
I see you got dressed up for the occasion.
I did. I put on my tux.
I like that.
I see all
I
these
have
people,
never
they come on
seen-
shows and they're just wearing T-shirts and
I
whatever.
have
I'm like, you know what?
I've never seen Phil in a tux.
That's very nice, Phil.
I thought we should add some class to the proceeding, you know?
And you can tell that Phil has done this before because he didn't get the email I sent. We're sitting here texting as we're on air, and he was able to log in and get right into our system. So clearly it's an easy system to use.
Yes, I'm technically proficient. Oh, it is actually. I'm surprised. The quality's great too.
Thank you. Well, welcome. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, well, been in isolation.
Have you been?
Well, more or less, yeah. I mean, look, I ride my bike around town because it's just like intense. It's like, you know, like being in a post-apocalypse movie. You know, where you're just riding and there's no one on the beach, there's no one at the pools. It's incredible. You know, we're one of the top tourist towns in America in Delray Beach, and it's dead. It's just, you know, 90% of the places are just shut. It is
And you're
crazy.
able to do your business from home. Phil's Stock World?
My business is still going. Yeah, more so, frankly, we're actually really busy because everybody needs help with their portfolios and fixing and figuring out how to reposition and so on and so forth. There's so much. If you didn't get wiped out by the market drop, there's incredible opportunities right now to be investing.
Well, tell us about Phil's Stock World.
What about Phil Stockworld? It's a stock market newsletter. We also have a hedge fund, but the public-facing philstockworld.com is a stock market newsletter. And in addition to the daily reports that we send out to our members, we also have a live chat room, and there people can come in there and we talk about what's going on in the market live while it's happening. We give people investing advice. We have all sorts of model portfolios that we follow. We pick stocks that have good positions. We talk about whatever's happening on in the news and how it's going to affect the market and what makes it a good position. Right now, I mean, everybody's loving us because we called the virus ages ago. Back in January, we were already hedging for the virus back when there was only 1,000 cases in China, because 1,000 cases in China already was looking like SARS, and SARS in 2002 caused a 10% correction in the market. So you have to take that seriously. You can't just ignore something like that. So we started hedging way back, and since then we've added more and more hedges. Every time the virus story got worse, we added some more hedges, and we ended up in pretty good shape as the market started falling.
And now what are people doing? They're calling you to help them out to reallocate, or are you telling people to sit tight? What are some ideas that are happening?
Well, there's all sorts of bargains. You have to evaluate each stock in your portfolio and decide, like, how badly are we affected by the virus. So in other words, if it's a cruise line, cruise lines aren't getting bailed out. They're not even American companies. They all incorporate themselves offshore to avoid taxes. So they pay. In fact, we were just looking. Carnival Cruise Line last year did $20-something billion in business. They made about $3 billion in profit, and they paid $71 million in taxes. So 1%, not even 1% tax. That's typical with these cruise lines. And now they're like, oh, give us a bailout, give us some money. And it's like, it's morally wrong to even give them the money. They careers avoiding paying any taxes to America. They do everything they can not to be American corporations, and then except when they need money, they suddenly go, "Oh my God, America, give us a bailout."
And what about the clients you're working with now?
We deal with we deal with people who have retirement funds and high net worth people. I teach other hedge fund managers how to use options to hedge. One of the best tricks we have, was two major things that are very much in demand right now that we're teaching people. One of them is how to generate an income from the stocks that you have. So in other words, a lot of companies that were paying dividends aren't paying dividends anymore. And a lot of companies that are paying less dividends. And a lot of people are in my mom's situation. Like they depend on that money coming in every quarter to pay their expenses. So if you've got $500,000 sitting in stocks, the same, that have been sitting in stocks for years, first of all, the drop in the market knocked your $500,000 down to $300,000. Second of all, everybody's cutting their dividends. That takes your monthly income from maybe you were getting $5,000-$10,000 a month. Now suddenly you're getting not a month, a quarter, and now you're getting zero. That's a disaster. So there are ways, though, that you can, for example, sell an option. Like, let's say you own IBM, and IBM usually pays a 2% dividend. It's $100 stock, so it'll pay $2 per share per quarter. So you'll get that back. So if you have 100 shares of IBM, you'll get $200 a quarter. Not that exciting, really. But if you sell an option contract, you can sell a single option contract for, let's say, $15 per contract. So instead of getting $2 per quarter, you get $15 up front right now. And the option contract says, let's say you sell a $120 option. The $120 option contract just means that if IBM goes over 120, you're going to have to surrender the stock at $120. First of all, that's 20% more than it is now. So all you're doing is agreeing to sell the stock for 20% more than it is now, and you're going to get paid $15 up front for it. It's a very, very simple trick, very basic thing. I mean, we do much more complicated stuff than that, but it's the easiest way there is to make money using the stock you have now with absolutely no additional risk. There's much more complicated things we do where you can turn the IBM stock into options and position yourself to make a lot more money at a lot lower prices than waiting for IBM to get back to 130, 140.
How do people do that?
So,
can you help them, or do they need to call their
I can
portfolio
tell you how
manager?
long we got, right? It's a little complicated.
Well,
I'm sorry, what was that
someone
last part?
who's doing it.
Well, I think a better question is if you reach out to Phil.
That's what I'm asking.
He'll show you how to do that. I don't think that we have.
Oh yeah, right there.
That's what I'm saying. You can
let's see
help
if
people do that.
Yeah.
Right. How does this thing work? Right
How do you
there.
right
Uh-huh.
there.
Right there.
Now, Phil, I wanna
Very
talk.
complicated.
I want to talk a little bit about the mindset about what's going on. When people see the clicker at 29 and it goes down to 19, it's the mindset that I want to talk about. Not so much the philosophies as the nuts and bolts, but what's happening that all of a sudden the panic button has hit in and people are jumping out of the market.
Well, there's several things going on there. First of all, we had a very thin market rally. In other words, there wasn't a lot of volume buying the stocks on the way up, and the market kept going up and up and up and rallying. But it wasn't because there were lots of buyers. It just was an absence of sellers. And the problem with a stock, it's like an auction. So people are bidding, and whatever the last person bids on a stock, that becomes the price of the stock. But you think about it, and person's only buying, at the end of the day in the stock market, a person's only buying 100 shares of IBM for $140. But meanwhile, 100 million shares of IBM get repriced at $140 million. I'm sorry, $140. And so that's like, $14 billion valuation or whatever. And that's not real, though. That's the problem. Is people think that's real, and it's not. It's only the price of the last thing. How can I make it more concrete? Okay, here's what. If you had 100 Toyota Camrys in a parking lot, and a Toyota Camry is $25,000, right? And some guy runs into the place and says, I want to buy a Toyota Camry right now for $30,000. And the salesman goes, sure, yeah, here's your Toyota Camry for $30,000. But does that then make all the other 99 cars on the lot suddenly worth $30,000? No, they're $25,000 Camrys. Just one idiot was in a hurry and overpaid for the car. That's what the stock market's like when it's in a big rally. There's people who come in way at the end of a rally and way overpay for stocks, but it in no way reflects what would happen if a lot of people try to sell the stock, because that goes from what they call a buyer's market to a seller's market. And what you have now is a buyer's market. In other words, the buyers can just wait for the price to come down. They're under no pressure at all. There's hardly any buyers around, and everybody wants to sell. So the buyers just keep dropping their bid and dropping their bid and dropping their bid, and people keep panicking and selling and panicking and selling. It is in no way, and as much as the high price doesn't reflect the real price of a stock, the low price doesn't either. It reflects the price that desperate people who need money are willing to sell for. But at any given time, both of those prices are wrong, and somewhere in between is where the right price is. The trick is to separate all the bullshit and figure out what's actually the real price of a stock and where it deserves to be.
So technically, the market today is up, and tomorrow it can take a bloodbath and be down 3 times as much, and then it comes back up. This yo-yo effect, is it because the real number is being played with? In other words, is the real deal of the market a certain number? All this fluff that has been going on, because like you just described with buyers and sellers, what's going to happen? Because what's happening around us with the health stuff, everybody always looks for tendencies. So if the market is doing bad, that means I feel bad. If the market is doing good, all of a sudden I feel better. It's really strange how they correlate the two worlds into one.
Yeah. Well, the reality is after a certain period of time, and 1 month or 2 months or 3 months isn't going to tell you anything. But over the next few months, into the summer, you'll get earnings reports from the companies, and you'll find out just how much damage has really been done. We don't get the second quarter earnings until July. So it's going to be all the way until July when hopefully we're done with the virus. But even then, you're still going to find out how much damage was really done to companies. For example, we're seeing as much as about a 30% downturn in business during the first quarter when the virus was raging over there. That's not a big deal, though, because 30% of one quarter, if you snap back quickly, is only going to cost you 8%, 10% of the whole year. And that's not a big deal. But we are coming from a price market in which expectations were that things would get better and better and better, when the reality is more like what's actually happening now. Sometimes things go wrong and you don't earn as much money as you thought you'd earn. So therefore, you can't expect the market to go all the way back to where it was. People are going to be a bit more cautious forward after being burned, burned for the first time really in 10 years that people got burned. And
And then,
it's
Phil,
going to
there's
take a while
people.
for the market to be equal.
There's people that aren't in the market. There are people right now that are just trying to put food on their table, this means nothing to them. But in the scope of the
No.
economy, what does this mean to everybody?
Well, let's see. What's the real effect? The problem is that the stock market can cause companies to go bankrupt, even if they're generally functioning companies, like the airlines that have a tremendous amount of debt, and then they have no passengers and they have no income. And then Moody's, which is a rating agency, will say, "Oh, their debt is now junk." That makes it then impossible for them to borrow money, and they can't service their debt anymore, and they end up going bankrupt just because of the circumstance, even though functionally they could have continued their business. This is why the airlines do actually need a bailout. Um, that goes for factories, auto industries. A lot of people have huge running expenses to keep their business operational that you can't shut down. You can't shut down a refinery operation and take it offline and just mothball it until the crisis is over, even though nobody's driving around, nobody's using gas. That's why you're seeing gas prices plunge. That's why oil is $20 a barrel right now. If the oil company goes bankrupt, not the oil company, but if a major oil company goes bankrupt because oil is $20 and they can't afford to keep operating, they have to shut down. That will take 6 months or a year to restart. And what happens is once the economy restarts, then you have shortages for God knows how long. Also, just last week alone, 3 million people went on unemployment. 3 million people lost their jobs in 1 week. Now, there's no reason that 3 million more people won't lose their jobs this week, and there will be another 3 million the next week unless the government stimulus kicks in a little bit. And that is a problem because then those people have trouble being reabsorbed into the workforce and getting reemployed and on payroll. So we're taking a gigantic step back consumer-wise to where we were, 5 or 6 years ago when we had a lot of people still unemployed from the last crisis. Does it affect a guy? No, it does though, because if you think about it, if a guy's a farmer and all the restaurants are closed and people are using 1/2 as much corn or 1/3 as much corn as they were using last month, he doesn't get paid. And that's how these things like cascade. It's a very interconnected economy. So, it's not the guy who's working at a car wash in Des Moines' fault that the stock market crashed, but ultimately that the company that owns his car wash may end up folding and he loses his job anyway. And then what's going to pick up the slack if we have all these people out of work and all these companies start going bankrupt? The malls, for example, there's a lot of retailers who are already having problems are going to get pushed over the edge into bankruptcy. And now the mall starts going bankrupt. The mall starts going bankrupt, and the banks that lend them the money go bankrupt because the banks were like, "Oh, damn it! We lent these guys $50 million to build a shopping mall, and now they're not paying us."
Yeah, the malls were in bad shape before, right?
Yeah.
But everyone was ordering online. So already brick and
They
mortar
were already very shaky.
They were already having shaky ground. And now people are realizing that you can pretty much get what you need without going to the mall. And makes it even more
I think
shaky.
people were
There's
realizing
so
that
much.
anyway. That was kind of the problem. That's why they were in bad shape before this thing even started. But now it's going to be, they're just physically losing tenants. The thing that was holding the malls together was they generally had all these 5-year leases. So even though retail was going through a bad spot, they mostly had tenants that were paying them. Now, forget it. Now these guys are going bankrupt right and left. That means they don't have to pay the mall anymore. And suddenly the mall is like scrambling to fill spaces. And you've seen malls die. I mean, there's the one, what is that, Boynton Beach? The Boynton Beach Mall is like a dead mall, barely functioning. That can happen to the town center, though. It can become like the Boynton Beach Mall.
What advice do you have for people right now as they're wading their way through this? They're watching the market go up, but yet everything around them is going down.
Well, if you have money, first of all, you're allowed right now to cash out your 401k if you had a lot of cash in bonds or something like that. There's no penalty right now to withdraw money from your IRA or 401k, even if you're not retirement age yet.
Or you have to pay
the
it back.
chance to put that in the market now at these prices is incredible. I mean, if you can't throw money at stuff, though. You've got to go with people who know what they're doing. But if you can work with a stock advisor who understands the markets and can give you some good advice, and the best advice is blue chips. I mean, somebody asks me what to invest in. I'm like, invest in blue chips. Get IBM, get Cisco, get Intel, get the companies that are going to be around for 20 years. Don't get fatty companies. Don't chase after the guy who's got the cure for the virus or whatever. You go after people who provide essential services for human beings, like Apple, IBM. I said Disney. Frankly, Disney, when they reopened the parks, Disney got cut in like 1/3. And what's going to happen? They're going to reopen the parks. People are going to go to movies again, and all this will be $10 billion a year. People are acting like they'll never make money again. The hotel chains like Marriott, people are going to go to hotels again. There's a lot of stuff that's going to come back and do fantastic and go back to normal pretty much. And there's so many stocks right now that you can buy for ridiculously low prices. It's very exciting. That's why my business right now is popping, because people are really into this sort of thing. And if you have money that's been sitting on the sidelines, if you have money that was sitting in bonds aren't paying you money anymore. They're useless. It's a great time to move some cash into the markets if you can. If you're not, though, if you're just a person at home hoping to get a check and so on and so forth, I think that this is a really good time to start teaching yourself some new skills, to start learning things at home, at least take some college courses, start getting caught up on things, and think about where you can be valuable in what's going to be the new economy. It's very tough. I mean, if you're a regular person who doesn't have market savings and isn't going to be able to profit from the low stock prices, you've got to really think about what you're going to do work-wise and how you're going to make money moving forward, because this government's going to have no real money to spend. It's going to be massively in debt. It's going to be a very hard going. Not only that, though, but we still have the whole unaddressed issue of global warming and the infrastructure issues that have to be dealt with in the next 20 or 30 years. It's going to be crazy. This is not a good way to start this century, believe me.
But we will get through this.
Right? We'll get through everything.
And we're going to get through this, and it's going to be the new normal. How do people find more information and find you, Phil?
Well, they find us at philstockworld.com, and they can sign up and get one of our memberships. And our memberships start as low as $99 a month to get our newsletter. We have chat memberships, though, where they can come in and speak to us directly during the day while the market's in progress. Also at the same place. So you can find it. Just look for the new member sign up. And we have education sections, strategy sections. And like I said, we also have a hedge fund. So if people need somebody to help with their actual investments, we do that as well.
Fantastic. Phil Davis, thank you so much. And nice tuxedo, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
And happy belated birthday to you. Teddy, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, more with Monday Mayhem.
You got to go slow.
I'm going slow. We're going slow. What do you think?
I think that, what Phil says is true. Put it, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. If you got money, now's the time to invest it in the market.
And it's always interesting because you always look at the market. You're always looking at it. It's up, it's down, it's...
Because
and then you
I
tell
know
me,
the psyche.
But then you tell me you have no money in the market.
I have no money in the game.
So that's a whole other conversation.
I'm not looking at it as the money.
Well, how do you look at it?
Like I tell you, when the market's up, I feel better. When the market's down, I don't feel too good. I got no money in the game.
But I was going to say, you're not even invested in the game.
No.
So for you, it's a whole psychological component.
Yeah, but I deal with people who do. And when you talk to somebody who's losing their shirt in the market, it's better to approach that individual a different way.
Yeah, my mom told me that, their retirement money is, with everybody. It goes down, but hopefully it's going to go up. So thank you, Phil Davis, for that information. You can find him at philstockworld.com. We're going to go to commercial break. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great, outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better. So you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds, with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
An extra bell.
An extra bell.
No
Because
panic.
apparently it's a fairy who gets her wings, I was told by my daughter over the weekend, not an angel.
And your daughter knows all about fairies.
My daughter, actually, Broward County Schools started today. They are officially online, and
Tomorrow.
she started today.
There?
Broward County started today.
She's teaching people today?
Yep. Well, what they did
How
is
do you teach people to do art on a computer?
they put assignments up, and because she's part of the arts, there's art, music, PE. There's two more. Anyway, the kids have assignments, and they have to choose one of the arts per day to finish. So by the end of the week, they have to have all of their arts assignments done. So it's a must-do and a may-do. So there's a
Must do, can do, or we do.
There's a must-do, and then there's an option of a may-do. You're checking this out. I think we're doing pretty good. Happy Monday, everyone. We are in Monday mayhem is all I can say. And just when I start to feel a little bit better, my partner gives me some more lovely news. But we're good, right?
It's all good. We have one more guest,
We do have one more guest.
which I didn't even know she was there.
We've got Julie Edwards joining us. Let's see how Julie's doing.
Hi guys, how
How are you?
I'm doing really good, thanks. How are you doing?
We're good. What a great connection you have.
Oh yeah?
I like your environment.
Thanks to you, Kelsey.
She
Kelsey,
has a
help
lovely
me.
environment.
So what's happening in
What's
the
that?
world now for you, Julie? How are things going?
Well, things have changed pretty drastically. Very interesting because intuitively, I had been working on my feng shui business, getting my website up and putting all my products on my online store on that website, and bam, they shut my salon down, which, I was so busy in the salon. Oh my goodness, it was almost like too busy. It was crazy. So now, moving forward with the feng shui business, and things are looking good for that. Doing hair for 34 years, how it was going to change, but
May have lost your connection.
clients on the book.
You have an organic salon, an organic hair salon, correct?
It's not just organic, it's actually organic, vegan, holistic, using 100% natural products that are organic. So a little bit more than just organic, because when you call something organic, it only has to be 70% organic. It can be 30% chemicals and still be called organic in this country. So my products were actually 100% natural, including hair color, products that we shampoo the hair with and style the hair with, makeup, skincare. I do facials using those 100% natural products also. So yeah, but back to the feng shui. I've been doing feng shui since '09, kind of part-time, and I followed a celebrity stylist out in California by the name of Billy Yamaguchi. I actually met with him a couple of years ago, and he does this thing called Feng Shui Beauty. So he figures out what the person's elements are, and there's 5 elements in Feng Shui. And then he gives, recommendations to their hair and their hair color based on their elements. So he wrote a book and all that, and he wrote that book, I think, about 12 years ago. And so I studied that, as well as traditional feng shui consulting. I can go into somebody's home or office and do their full chart. But these mini charts that I came up with are actually based on your date of birth. And I get your colors, shapes, and angles that are best for you based on your date of birth. And I'm going to tell you, I've done probably about 75 of these charts.
By your date
Oh my God, this is exactly me.
By your date of birth. That's interesting. So, Freddie, we should have her do your beauty chart.
Colors,
I got no
colors
hair.
and shapes.
I got no hair.
Freddie has no hair, Julie. Does it matter?
I didn't hear you. It does not matter, because, again, your colors and shapes that are best for you. Now, you can take that information and apply it to your home. You don't have to just wear those colors and shapes. You can, like, for example, I'm a double 5. Orange, all the colors that you would see in fire. Now, fire people can have a tendency to get a little, I don't want to say angry, but they can get,
Well, it sounds to me like you can get angry.
I've got to find out when her birthday is, though.
We do. We do. We keep losing Julie. The
I'm at
connection.
Wilton, so I'm a double fire, so my best colors are fire colors, but also earth
Doorbell.
colors. So,
Is that your
yeah, that's
doorbell?
probably yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
What month were you born in,
When's
Julie?
your birthday?
My birthday is May 15th. I'm
Oh, she's
1967.
Oh yeah, she's like Michelle was fiery. Are you a
Taurus?
Taurus?
I am a Taurus, yeah. But that's Greek horoscopes. We're talking about Chinese.
Honey,
So Chinese is
I'm talking about living through the pain. It's all the same.
So you're doing this. People are able to. You're able to do this over the phone or virtually.
Yes, absolutely. What we do when I do the mini charts, I send them an email with the chart. It's just a one-page document, and then we talk on the phone for about 15, 20 minutes about the chart, and I give them their recommendations. And again, it's really fun because people get excited about these colors. They're like, "Wow, I cannot believe that this."
We could actually put together a
To
chart.
get that information,
We should put together something, Freddie.
Do a chart class where you have a number of people around, and we lost Julie again. One of the interesting things that I wanted to ask her, because people are staying home, and you talked about the grays are going to start coming out on the women.
I got to tell you, the hair color thing I can probably get through. It's the nails that are going to be a whole new concept for me.
Nails. Now, women are going to go gray because of the stay-home deal. Now, can you help them by sending them product and maybe going online and teaching them how to use?
Absolutely. We're in the process of doing videos now demonstrating how to apply your own color. So we'll, eventually we'll get those up. But yes, I can either have their formula. If I've done their hair, I have their formulas on my record, so I can sell them their exact formula, or I formulate by looking at a picture, and then we either during this time.
All right.
It's very interesting.
That's how we're doing it.
Wow. All right, Julie. Well, we should do our charts and see how that rolls out.
I would love to do your chart. Yeah, all I need is your date of birth. You can go on my website to request it, so we don't even have to discuss it until I get that notification that you're interested, and then we set up a time,
JulieEdwards.net.
Mm-hmm.
JulieEdwards.net. And that's where the online store is also. The online store is on that website.
Thank you so much, Julie.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure, and thank
Good
you for the
luck. Stay
opportunity
safe.
to share my business. You too.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Well, there you have it. Now, there's your resolution to turning gray. Why is it that men get sophisticated, women
You
are
tell
deemed as
me.
getting- I don't know.
Why do men look debonair with gray
They don't
hair?
look
and
debonair. We look
like,
old as
and
dirt.
we just look like our roots are growing in.
We look
Do it
old.
again.
Do it again. We look old as dirt. We had this mythic thing. We believe in our own. Okay, what is that noise?
That is
that
the
you?
tick-tocking of my water. I
Of your
know.
water?
I feel like it's
going.
I feel like it's the
whole
alligator from
day
Peter
we've been-
Pan all day.
How do you know it's that empty bottle?
Shh, don't tell anyone there's an empty water bottle on my
Holy
table.
so-
That
I've
would
been
mean
driving
it's
myself
plastic.
crazy. What is that?
It's the
noise?
alligator. It's the crocodile and Peter Pan going. Sound effects at its best is all I can tell you.
But there you go. We did a whole morning of production till 2:00. We have some adjustments to make.
We'll work
Sorry
on that.
about that.
Work on that after here.
Freddie won't leave the mics open closed
Closed anymore.
6 minutes. That's horrible.
But we got it going. We had, a full day of production, and it's just you and me. Teddy is running the show from home, and Slick is working on what he's working on.
We have to load him up because we're going to try to do the same thing over at the network deal. But I can see that the other studio is going to have a different challenge that I can see right now that we're going to have to attack.
So it's a lot, but we're able to do it, and our platforms are here. And those of you whose shows that we produce in the evenings are going in on a similar platform.
Yes.
They will not be at the radio station.
They
is
will
my
not. It will
understanding.
be virtual.
So you'll be able to do that.
Trilogy is going to be one, and the other one is Ask the Experts. And they have the luxury of doing on the phone or via the video.
Or video. So a lot of things going on.
Well, we're trying to make it so that we can get people back to doing what they do. I mean, you saw what Julie said. She can actually show you how to use her products online with a videotape or a conference. We should have like 6 women in a circle, pick 6 of the hairiest, grayish women we know.
Well, I'm thinking how you do it. You like go through the parts, and you put some on. You go through another part, and you put some on.
Stop.
and-
They're going to teach you the correct way of doing it.
There
Because you
have
know
it.
the incorrect way. If you want psychedelic hair, call Dawn. If you want it done right, call Julie.
All I can tell you is it has been, if you talk about what you're grateful for, I'm grateful that we are still here. I'm grateful that we are able to still do this and bring platforms and businesses forward to give them the opportunity to share what they're doing. And people are pivoting, just like Julie is, from her organic, holistic salon to being able to send you her hair formulas and also feng shui now for beauty and for your
Feng
home.
shui. I wanted to ask her, we lost the connection, but I wanted to ask about how feng shui works. What is feng shui? Besides a French word.
Well, my sister gave you another word. You're going to have to tell me what that means when we get off air.
Force majeure? I can tell you what that means.
And you would explain.
It's like cow manure.
And you would talk about that now.
Oh, caca.
She's talking to you on the phone, right? And you're like, yeah. And she says, how are we even sisters? And you said, I'll explain it to your sister. I learned all these things at 53 that I just never knew before.
Yeah. It's just explaining it's a little tricky. But anyway, it is what it is. It's on every contract in the world and what have you. People have to learn to pivot. You may not come back, your business may not come back the way it was before, but it pivots, it gets stronger. That doesn't break you, makes you stronger, right?
And in the process, somehow you just got to be strong and get through it. I was talking to my family over the weekend in November when you and I went through so many changes, and we just thought you were good. I just did not know which way to turn some days, and all of those changes and all of that brought us to the opportunity to be doing this today. Because without that in November, we wouldn't even be able to do this because we wouldn't have had this opportunity.
Well, everything that has a challenge, you have to sort of meet it head on, try to figure it out, make it better. I mean, this is a challenge today, and I mean, we didn't know that Teddy wasn't going to be here today. But I was gonna try this tomorrow anyway, just one day earlier.
So it's a workaround for sure.
It's a workaround.
And for more information on how to get in touch with us, you can always download our MobiPop. Start a new text message to 55312. The message is CAFE, and you'll get all of our information as well as how to join our platform. We can give you the code to come through, have a conversation with us, just like Phil did, just like your CBD store did, just like Julie did. Check the connections, and we're able to bring your business to us virtually, and then you can bring it to everyone. Big news. What number show is this? Are we doing shows or day?
1,250.
One. Congratulations.
Well, you wanted to know. We did some
And as
research and we found
Connecticut
it.
used to say to me, the little show that could.
A little show they could.
The little show that could. We've reached over 100,000 homes now on download on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. So you too, if you're bored and you want to just see what our craziness looks like on your big screen, you can download us on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick at the Brooklyn Cafe TV and watch all of our shows there.
And if viewing ain't your thing and you want to hear us on podcasts, you can reach out for us on Spotify. There's about 11 other deals. But if you have a Siri phone, Siri, S-I-R-I, Siri phone, you talk to Siri, you say, Siri, play the Brooklyn Cafe TV show, and it's going to pop up. If you have Anchor, it's going to pop up like that.
A lot of
1, 2,
platforms
3.
you worked on.
A lot of pop-ups. And our YouTube link is working again. I got more people watching us on YouTube in 12 years of doing this business. I got to answer some emails.
You got to get busy. We can have some of our crew start answering some stuff while they're at home.
I didn't even know we had it. Alignable? Remember that?
Yeah, what is that, by the way?
That is another platform. Over 1,600 people are watching our show.
On Alignable?
Yeah, I send it to you.
I know, but I did not know what how many people tried to connect with me on Alignable, and I go, don't know what it is.
You say, how you doing?
Do it again.
Do it again. People on Facebook, people that are watching, people that I didn't even know are watching, like Steve and Renee. I didn't think Steve ever watched my show.
But here you have it. Now it's a whole new platform to people to bring their shows forward also.
Well, the object of the game, what we're trying to bleed to everybody else is you have to fight the good fight. You got to keep going. And when you think you're done, change it up and keep going. It's like Jen G used to say, make your side hustle more better.
Really? Can you say that again?
I can't. I can't remember saying that. It wasn't Jen, it was Sandra.
It was Sandra Torres. Actually,
Sandra
I would
Torres.
like to bring Sandra in to do a show. Maybe we can get her on tomorrow.
We're
I want
going
to
to
reach
call
out to her
everybody.
because we were able to do Fuego today.
I know. Did you see that? Even Chorto, what's his name?
DJ Fercho
Fercho went on the air and did the Fuego
with Sylvia.
with Sylvia, and she had a Sunday. I thought they were going to tie him to the stick and burn him up. I was a little worried that he was there, because these guys with the fuego thing, they get carried away.
I saw they're talking in the middle of all this. Yes, you were getting a letter in the mail asking about the census for 2020.
Did you fill it out?
No.
Why?
But I think after watching it, we should.
Why?
And it made me think of fuego, and let me tell you why. Because in 2010, they were saying the Hispanic community was so underrepresented because they did not fill out the census.
Do you know
my
why?
question, was it in English that it was sent out?
Yes.
That would be why.
No.
Why?
Because of ICE.
What do you mean? Oh, I understand.
Because they're afraid they fill it out.
Yes, I understand.
You got to knock on the door.
I understand.
And you know why I didn't want to fill it out? Because I don't want to go to jury duty. Because it seems every time I fill that silly thing out, I go to jury duty. But you got to fill it out. It's a responsibility.
You got to fill it out.
Matter of fact, Facebook made it really easy for you. It's on Facebook. You can fill it out right from Facebook.
You know what I find interesting is, and I probably shouldn't say that because they're probably already doing it. You don't think Facebook has people who they know what you are, who you are,
They
where
got more
you live, your
information on me than
nationality.
me.
So filling out that census form, yes, you should please do it. And we are always, I
That's
am
a
always
formality.
politically correct on this show.
Formality.
But I think they quite know who and where everybody is.
Not only do they know where you're going to be before you get there.
They know that my daughter and I were talking about pancakes yesterday, and next thing you knew on her feed was all pancakes. And we did not look up pancake anything, is all I can tell you.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
That's scary.
It's really scary. We were talking about making pancakes. The next thing she knows, she goes, Mom, look, all these pancake things just came up. That's all I can tell you.
Maybe she didn't notice them.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's a whole... There's so many things. I need some CBD. Contact your CBD store in Boca and Boynton. Give them a call. Your-CBD-store.com. Give them a call. Find them on the internet. Boca, Boynton, Singer Island, and Pembroke Pines right now with a location near you to drop it off. They can send it to you. They will give you a consultation free on the phone, free delivery, free consultation. See the best form of delivery for your body and pets.
JulieEdwards.net?
JulieEdwards.net if you want to feng shui your house and your beauty. And also Phil Davis, I got it right. Phil's Stock World, see what's going on in the market and how it's going to affect you, and maybe you can make some pivots as well. Don't rush and pull out all your money is the advice many of us are being given, because it will come back.
Jeff
Greenberg from promostuff4you.com, promostuff4you.com. He also let us know that he is able to get the N95 mask and surgical mask. The smallest quantity he has was 500, but the price point is fantastic. So if you are a nursing home, a senior facility, a hospital, a medical office, there are masks. He's just checking the reliability and the quality of the products, but you can find him at promostuff4you.com. What else do you want to know?
And finally, last but not least, Fuego for my Latin brothers and sisters. I heard what they were talking about. They actually put everything we talked about in a nutshell in 1 hour. So they have a lot of information. They got a lot of links, a lot of information on that show. It's at Fuego. The show? What's it called? Fuego?
Fuego.
Just called Fuego.
It's called Fuego. You can find it on their Facebook page, Fuego. I'm hoping tomorrow, though, we can do Teddy Unscripted. So, Teddy, you heard that firsthand. Maybe we can even do Slick Speaks. Everyone will be doing it from their home tomorrow. They will be there, and we will be TBD.
Tomorrow is going to be reverse osmosis because we will be producing it while they're on
on the other side.
And Teddy's eating pancakes at home. I have smell-o-vision. I know she's sitting at home having pancakes and doing the production.
Well, sounds delicious. Teddy, thank you so much for taking care of this. Everyone, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Let us know how we can help you. And here's my challenge of the day. If you reach out to a senior, just let us know. Give us a thumbs up, someone who's home that could need your help. Give them a call, give them a FaceTime, or even just a little gift on the outside of their door. Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch